Are we rolling? Are we good? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Tyler. Special video today. I have been shooting on the A7S3 for the last year, and it's been a fantastic camera. But I'm super excited to introduce the new addition to the family, the Sony A7 IV. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. I am. It's an exciting time of year. Towards the end of the year, new gear comes out, new cameras, new lights, new everything. And it's a great time for technology, things coming out. It's just a fantastic time to be part of a community that is always evolving, looking for the newest, best thing. And I'm excited to announce that, yes, I did pick up the A7 IV. And the reason that I decided to do that, we're going to do a little backstory here. I made a video at the end of last year. You can check that out up here. I was on Canon gear for the last few years, basically my whole life. That was my first camera, actually. Right here was the Canon T2i. And I made a video talking about why I sold all my Canon gear, why I switched over to Sony, and how I picked up the Sony A7S III. This is what I have been shooting on for the last year, all of 2021, all my wedding videos, my client videos, my shoots and stuff like that. I'm shooting right now on, normally I'd be shooting on this right now, but I'm shooting on the Sony A7C, their little compact full frame camera. I picked that up as well, and that's kind of been my backup, my B cam. I use that for photography and stills when I'm out shooting. It's a great little camera to have. And then this is my beast of a workhorse for all my paid client gear and stuff. But I wanted kind of something in between, something that, and this kind of actually, I should honestly be doing a comparison between the A7C rather than this A7S III, because that's the reason why I'm switching. I'm actually most likely going to be selling this camera. So let's unbox the A7 IV really quick. I just kind of want to show you the differences between these two, and then we'll actually grab the Sony A7C since those are more similar cameras, why I decided to go with this one instead, and why I might be selling the Sony A7C. So let's unbox this really quick here. So this was just released. They announced it back in October, I believe, and it just got here just in time for the end of the new year. Is very similar in body style to the Sony A7S III, full frame, full body, flip out camera, viewfinder. So in here we have the strap. I have not once used a strap because I shoot mainly video. They actually, I don't believe it came with a regular Sony charger. I think they just, let's see here. Yeah, so it's just a USB-C cable charging, and at least they give you the wall plug. So that's, they just want you to charge the battery via the camera, I guess. I do thankfully have a battery, one of those classic battery chargers that came with the S3, because I have a bunch of Sony batteries. I'm shooting fully on Sony now. Set this aside. So this is what we are looking for here. Let you guys take the first look here. So this is it. Sony A7 IV. This is the long-awaited. Everyone, the Sony A7 III was probably Sony's most popular camera. A lot of people switched to Sony for that camera, and this is a newer and improved version of that. And it took about, I think, 3.5, 4 years for this to come out. So highly anticipated camera. We're going to do a little side-by-side here. But they're very similar in body style. The cameras are almost nearly identical. Body size, grip size is all the same. They changed a few buttons on the back here. Again, this is a new feature that they added, this little switch behind, so you can save all your presets for photo and video in the 1, 2, and 3 slot, and then just switch it to whether you're taking photo or video, which I honestly really like, because the reason I got this is to be a hybrid camera, because I've been doing a lot of photography lately, as well as obviously my video stuff. So that's one of the main reasons I got this, whereas with the Sony A7S III, which obviously I mainly do video with this, The presets, it's just 1, 2, and 3, and you either have to set them for photo or video. You can't really keep switching back and forth. So a couple of the buttons on the back have changed. The biggest main differences, talking about specs, I mean, I'm not gonna go over specs because there's plenty of people who are way more intelligent than I am. Again, this channel isn't like a tech channel or review channel. It's just about me and my experiences, and I just want to be able to share that with you. So I would definitely highly recommend checking out like Gerald Undone or Potato Jet, someone of that nature, Matty Hapoya. They definitely do deeper dives into these cameras. I use them for professional uses, but I'm not going to dive into specs on this channel. So if you're interested in stuff like that, I'll leave some links below of people I really admire and kind of their reviews on this camera. But the biggest main difference is obviously Sony A7S III is definitely more video oriented. It only has 10 pixels versus the new Sony A7 IV has 32 pixels. The Sony A7C has 24, I believe. So this one is on the higher end for pixels. Obviously, it's more of a stills camera with video. This Sony A7 III is a video camera with the ability to do photos, which I have done some photos and they actually do turn out really well. One of the other differences, obviously a lot of people that were complaining about, is 4K 60. It is on this camera, but it does have a crop. I believe it's a 1.2 times crop. I'll put that right here just to confirm that. But that really honestly doesn't bother me too much. I shot on crop cameras for years, so I'm used to that. Now that I have switched to full frame, it's been nice not having to worry about crop factors at all, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a biggie for me. This is definitely going to be a B cam, but also be my more daily hybrid shooter. This camera is way more expensive. This is $2,400 and this was $3,500 for the body itself. So this is going to be more of my kind of daily go-to video and photo camera. And then this is going to stay in the bag for high-end client shoots and stuff, my wedding videos and such. So those are the two main differences: pixels, a little bit of the video aspects. Other than that, just changed a few buttons. And let's grab the A7C. That's really the comparison that I want to go over really quick before we get using this camera. So let's switch over to I'll put up the Sony A7S III. Here we go. All right, so we got the Sony A7C, and this is really the comparison, the reason that I'm switching, the reason I probably will be selling this camera and just going for the Sony A7 IV. Again, I do professional videos, photos, small business, commercials, weddings, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. This Sony A7C is a great little camera, compact. It is full frame, which I really like, has the flip out camera. But there's just something for me personally about the feel of a camera, and this just kind of feels like a point and shoot, which I already have. I have the Sony ZV-1, which this is a camera that I keep in my bag all the time. This is really a compact camera. I just keep it on auto, and this is how I get my quick shots and stuff. This is what I mainly use, and there's honestly not too much of a difference, honestly, between these two. A little bit bigger, a little bit wider, a little bit taller. Not much, but it was pretty impressive that they fit a full frame sensor in here. But I've been taking a lot of photos recently, and this viewfinder on here is absolutely, let me see if you guys can see it here. Let me block out my face. Right here, it's this tiny, tiny little square. It doesn't have the over the top one, which obviously it's a compact camera. It's not they're trying to make it as small as possible. And it's just, I went out to this client shoot and I'm just like trying to take pictures like this, and it didn't feel right in my hand, and they didn't add one of my biggest gripes is they didn't have a third dial. There's total room to put a third dial right up here on the finger or whatever, but I'm always, switching my shutter, switching my ISO, switching my aperture, and I use this full time as a wedding videography along with the A7S III, but I use this a lot for shooting ceremonies and stuff. And I'm always, I got to quick adjust things, and I hate that it doesn't have the third wheel. And I know that's picky, but it's really frustrating. So just a combination. It's been a great camera the last year, but as soon as I knew that they were going to announce this, I kind of made the decision that I'm going to be going with this camera over this camera, just because, you know, it's same body style, very similar to the Sony A7S III. I didn't want to get another S3 because it's a lot more money. And like I said, I've been doing a lot more photo recently. So having the full customization on a full camera body that fits good in my hand was really what I was looking for. So that's pretty much all we got today. A new addition to the Sony family. I got two of these bad boys. One was the overhead camera here. We got the Sony A7C. We're shooting on the S3, and welcome the Sony A7 IV. I'm going to be doing some tests in between all these cameras. Again, if you're interested in why I switched to Sony, check out that video up here. Thank you guys for tuning in today. It's been a great year, a lot of stuff going on, and I've really just enjoyed it. And thank you for kind of following me along on this journey. So stay tuned for the next video. Lots more coming up. I appreciate your support. Make sure to get out there and keep discovering.